What's up, YouTube? Zandar here. Today we're still going through the intro packs for the Dragons of Tarkir before they're released. This is the Relentless Rush deck that is a swamp and mountain, so you're black and red. I expect this to be a pretty aggro deck as it has Rush in the title. You're always going to start off with your 60 card deck, and there's our premium Boltwing Marauder. Our 2 packs of Dragons of Tarkir. And we have the instruction booklet of how to play this deck with an awesome picture of Sarkhan right there. And your rules reference card in case you're buying this for the first time and need to know how to play. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what all this deck consists of. Our Boltwing Marauder is a rare premium. 5 mana cost, 5/4 flying. When another creature enters the battlefield under your control, target creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Our other rare is an instant ability, Foul Renewal, 4 mana cost. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Target creature gets -X/-X until end of turn, where X is the toughness of the card returned this way. Our uncommon is a Lightning Berserker, 1 mountain for a 1/1. You can tap a mountain and it gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Also, you can dash, which is paying 1 mountain, and you can play it instead for the dash cost. If you do, it gains haste and it's returned from the battlefield to your owner's hand at the beginning of the next step. So it lets it get out, do damage, and come right back to your hand. A Kolgrath Aspirant is 2 mana, 2/1. Whenever it becomes blocked by a creature, the aspirant deals 1 damage to that creature. So basically, it kind of makes it almost a 3/1 instead for a common. Kolgathan Skirmisher is a 2 mana cost, 2/2. It has dash as well for just 2 uncolored and 1 swamp. This looks like it'll be a really dash heavy deck. 3 mana cost, a star 3 with trample. Kolgan's Forerunners. Power is equal to the number of creatures you control. So this is another card you can dash out, and if you got a lot of creatures on the battlefield, which it doesn't really appear you would in this deck, you can do some damage. Another common we have here is the Scream Reach Brawler, 3 mana costs, 2/3. You can dash it for just 2 mana. Ambuscade Shaman, if that's how you say that. It's a 3 mana cost, 2/2. Whenever the shaman or another creature enters the battlefield under your control, that creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Really solid if you're dashing out a bunch of creatures, and you can dash him out as well. It appears this is something you'd want to leave on the battlefield, though, and he's an uncommon in this set. Warbringer, another uncommon in Dragons. It's a 4 mana cost, 3/3. Dash costs you pay cost 2 less. So basically, this is going to allow you to dash almost any card you have very, very cheaply and keep getting things out. That's a very solid card for this deck. The Sprinting Warbrute is a 5 mana cost, 5/4. Whenever he attacks each turn if able. Also has a dash cost of 3 uncolored and 1 mountain. Another uncommon is a Swift Warkite. This is a 6 mana cost, 4/4 flying. Whenever the Warkite enters the battlefield, you may put a creature card with converted mana cost 3 or less from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield as well. That creature gains haste. Return it to your hand at the beginning of the next end step. Awesome card if you want to get something back out of your graveyard into your hand if you lost it too early due to someone blocking a dash. We see another Evolving Wilds. We go over these quite a bit. It's going to allow you to tap and search for lands so that way you can get out some of your other colors. In these decks, you're always going to get plenty of land. This is exactly what you're going to need to be balanced to get out what you have in your hand. And it's followed by your sorceries, enchantments, and instants. The first one is a Duress, 1 mana cost. Target opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose a non-creature, non-land card from it, and that player has to discard that card. Foul Tongue Shriek, 1 mana cost. Target opponent loses 1 life for each attacking creature you control, and you gain that much life. Awesome card if you dashed out all that stuff. They're going to lose a lot more life, probably 3 to 4, maybe even more, depending how many creatures you dashed out or have on the board. And you're going to get lifelink in a way. I mean, not technically lifelink, but you're going to gain some health out of it. Vial of Dragonfire is a 2 mana cost artifact. You can pay 2 and tap it, and you get to sacrifice the Vial of Dragonfire. The Vial of Dragonfire deals 2 damage to target creature. I don't care for this card. You're basically playing 4 mana for 2 damage, and you lose a card. It's not very good in my opinion. Impact Tremors, 2 mana cost. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, Impact Tremors deals 1 damage to each opponent. This was a pretty decent card. I saw some people using it during the pre-release. Tormenting Voice, 2 mana cost. As an additional cost to cast Tormenting Voice, you have to discard a card, but then you get to draw 2. You almost always have something you can lose out of your hand, so it's a pretty solid card. I like draw cards, so it helps you get where you need to be in the game. Twin Bolt is a 2 mana cost. Twin Bolt deals 2 damage divided as you choose among 1 or 2 creatures and or players. Basically 2 mana for 2 damage. You can kind of split it up if you need to. It could be solid if they had some 2/1s or 3/1s on the board. Defeat, 2 mana cost. Destroy target creature with power 2 or less. Another uncommon as we have is the Kolgath Monument. Every deck's going to have one of these monuments most likely. It's a 3 mana cost. You can tap it and add a swamp or mountain to your mana pool. As always, you can pay 6 mana, 4 of it being uncolored, and 1 swamp and 1 mountain. He becomes a 4/4 black and red dragon artifact creature with flying until end of turn. And another uncommon we have is the Foul Tongue Invocation. 3 mana cost. As an additional cost to cast Foul Tongue Invocation, you may reveal a dragon card from your hand. Target player sacrifices a creature if you revealed a dragon card or control a dragon as you cast Foul Tongue Invocation. You gain 4 life. Flatten is a 4 mana cost instant. Target creatures get -4/-4 until end of turn. And you have 2 of those, and that is it for the Relentless Rush deck. Once again, let's go back over just so you can see them. The premium card for the deck, which is kind of what you're going to be buying it for. And that is the Boltwing Marauder. And it's a pretty sick looking premium. Let's see what we can pull from our packs. So far, we haven't pulled anything of great value, but I have a feeling that's about to change. We always skip past our common, as I accidentally spoiled a premium card there. And my camera just went nuts. Alright, our first uncommon is a Ukid Cobra, 4 mana cost, 2/5 with Death Touch. Pretty much speaks for itself. Salt Road Ambushers, 4 mana cost, 3/3. Whenever another permanent you control is turned face up, if it's a creature, put 2 +1/+1 counters off it. This is our first Mega Morph card we've seen. It works just like Morph, but it's Mega. You can pay 3 uncolored and 2 forests, and then you can cast the card face down as a 2/2 creature for 3 mana cost. If you turn it face up at any time from its Mega Morph, put a +1/+1 counter on it. So it just makes it a 4/4 if you pay basically 8 mana for the card instead, 3 being the Morph and the other 5 being the Mega Morph. Silk Wrap, solid card during pre-release. I like this card quite a bit because most cards this set have a pretty low mana cost unless it's a dragon. It's a 2 mana cost, uncommon enchantment. When Silk Wrap enters the battlefield, exile target creature with converted mana cost 3 or less opponent controls until Silk Wrap leaves the battlefield. This is really great if people are playing a lot of Megamorphs, because even though they're paying 6 or 8 mana or whatnot to get it out, as long as it has a 3 casting cost originally, you get it off the battlefield. And our rare or mythic is a Dramalka's Command. This is in the top 10 cards for the set, so that's pretty exciting to see. This is a 2 mana cost, a forest and a plains. You can choose 2 out of all these abilities. Prevent all damage target instant or sorcery spell would deal this turn. Target player sacrifices an enchantment. Put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature. Target creature you control gains flight until target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. So you can use this. These are just solid cards. You can use them so many different ways, depending where you're at in the game, how you're stuck. If you have a blocking creature, if you need some extra +1/+1 counters, if you need to prevent the damage this turn from a spell, solid card. You can never go wrong having too many of these. And we got a premium Evolving Wilds. That actually looks kind of cool with the lava, so not too bad of a premium to get. I'm excited about it. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We just got a token there. Oh, wait, we got another pack. Woo! That would have been down in the comments below. Because I'm pocketing this Narset. I don't want you guys to see her. It looks like we got another premium back there. I really need to get better at not spoiling those. Okay. Our first uncommon is a Gate Smasher. 3 mana cost, artifact equipment. Costs 3 to equip it. The Smasher can be attached only to a creature of toughness 4 or greater. Equipped creature gets +3/+0 and has trample. Not too bad. Cal Sisma Behemoth. Is that how you say that? It'd be a 3 mana cost 5/5. It can't attack or block unless you pay 2 uncolored. Our last uncommon is a Tapestry of the Ages. 4 mana cost, you pay 2 and tap it, draw a card. Activate this ability only if you've cast a non-creature spell this turn. It sounds really promising, however, you're probably going to see it in... I don't think you'll see this card too much unless it's in a really heavy blue deck with counter spell and draw abilities. So, our rare mythic for the pack, a Pitless Horde. I don't think this is rated very high. It's a 3 mana cost, 5/3. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 2 life. You can also dash this ability on the battlefield. So, since you're going to lose 2 life, you're going to want to dash this card as much as possible. A Plains, and we got a token of a Djinn Monk. Alright guys, thanks for watching, because that was all the pack.